Hey, what's up everyone? It is I'm the one and only Maxi here, and I am of course back for some more yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our brand new Let's Play for the channel, and as you can see on screen, if you're probably wondering there wasn't any game audio or anything else like that, this is mainly because that's always usually happens when if you manage to set up the arcade game on the emulator. Because the reason why I say this is because today we're going to be presenting you our next new Let's Play called Mario Kart Arcade GP. And this is the arcade game released in 2005. And I believe this game came out after Mario Kart Double Dash and before Mario Kart DS, according to the forms of the actual Mario Kart release timeline. So this game is actually pretty unique, especially noticeable because, well, we'll talk more about the actual gameplay of it until whenever we're able to dive right in. So either way though, as you can see, we're going to be playing this on my Nintendo Wii, thanks to the forms of the Homebrew channel, and it actually works quite well. So either way though, yeah, I don't have a Mario Kart, but I could able to make my own Mario Kart. So, before you dive right in, we're actually going to be hop into the actual character roster as you can see on screen. Now normally, just like in the forms of the previous Mario Kart games ever since in Mario Kart 64, that we still managed to have ourselves the usual 8 normal playable characters as far as the character roster as far as you can see. Like normally we have Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Wario, Bowser, Toad, Donkey Kong, and Yoshi. However though, if you couldn't tell from the title screen already, that it actually has been developed by Namco, so this means it also introduces 3 guest characters based off on Pac-Man games, ranging from Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, and the leader of the ghosts, Blinky, which is pretty cool, all things considered, which, even then, I kinda wish they're able to actually bring that concept back, but usually it continues that tradition in the sequels, which we'll talk about those as soon as we're able to do every Mario Kart arcade games around out there. Wow, I was originally trying to able to actually just to go ahead and yeah, let's just go ahead and play as Mario. Originally, I was gonna go for my main Toad character, but unfortunately, in the first game in the series though, that obviously I'm gonna have to stick with just only one character for the majority of the Let's Play. So because of that though, hopefully, when we get into Mario Kart Arcade GP2, then we'll pretty much guarantee we can able to select whatever characters we can able to select. So yeah, that's pretty much how this goes. So even then though, yeah, and as you can see, I managed to create my card data, and basically I'm playing this on the emulator. So because of that though, I need to able to set up my, and by the way, since this is runs on the emulator, this means that the camera function will not work. Unlike any real arcade machine, it does. So you have 2 different modes to go through. There is the Grand Prix mode, as well as the Time Attack mode. And obviously, much like in any other Mario Kart games ever since in Super Mario Kart, all the way up to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or Mario Kart 8 to be more specifically, we're going to be focusing on Grand Prix mode for the majority of the Let's Play itself. So because of that though, we'll hit in there anyway, just in case we can able to show you guys every single cups of how this game offers us to. So we start things off with 5 cups to begin with. So we have the Mario Cup, the DK Cup, Wario Cup, Pac-Man Cup, which is an interesting cup choice, as well as the Bowser Cup. Now if you're probably wondering, what's up with that question mark on the far right? Well, we'll talk more about that until whenever we continue our progressioning for this Let's Play, so, well, mainly for the weekends to be more specifically, because either way though, we'll discuss more about that whenever we dive right in. So, of course, the first cup we're going to be hop into is the Mario Cup. Now, as you can see, it's been divided into 4 rounds, which, you know, kind of like the same thing for the usual cups ever since in the previous Mario Kart games, except it's all entirely themed based on the forms of, well, we'll talk more about that until whenever we're able to jump right in. So here we go, on to, let's just say the first track in this game, which appears to be Mario Highway, because the reason why I say things like that is because I recently researched on it. So either way though, yeah, this is Mario Kart Arcade GP. If you managed to able to actually like, let me know in the comments below, have you experienced this game already from the past? Because I would like to hear your thoughts, because even then though, well, it might be kind of a shame that Arcade GP1 and Arcade GP2 might be a bit hard to find right now, because obviously we have the latest version, which is of course the DX sequel, which we'll talk more about that whenever we're able to hit on to like Mario Kart Arcade GP2 Let's Play, which for the most part we'll do Mario Kart Arcade GP for this month in particular, which is on March, and then eventually we'll head on to Arcade GP2 in this November. So because of that though, yeah, we'd like to be able to do somewhere between the two, because since after all I'm going to be taking a break from Mario Party from now on until April, that we're able to hop on to Mario Party 4, and that should be up next in terms of the Mario Party marathons of redo Let's Plays for the time being. So, you know, you get the idea of how this goes. So, yeah, if you ever played any other Mario Kart game before, you know exactly how this plays out. Except there are some slight differences, in particularly for the likes of the item system. Yes, unlike in any other Mario Kart games, you do have all sorts of items, ranging from green shells, bananas, red shells, blue shells, you name it. In this game, alongside with the forms of Arcade GP2 and Arcade GP DX, you can only carry up to 3 specific items depending on what racetrack you're going to be run into. Like, for instance, I think we actually come across a basin, as you can see what Mario is actually holding right there. And also, while at it, there's actually a lock-on cursor, which you can able to actually just try to toss it at any of those computer players. So, and by the way, unlike the sequels, that it does have some different difficulties and stuff like that, ranging from 50cc, 100cc, and 150cc in particular, much like in any other Mario Kart games. This game doesn't have a CC class this time around, so this might be the only Mario Kart game that doesn't have a CC class difficulty, which it seems pretty odd to say the least, but either way though, that's how it usually goes. So, and after when you win a race, not only does it give you the ability to able to hop onto the next round, in this case the next round we're going to be hop into is another track we can able to race on, which is called Mario Beach. And the reason why it calls it that, well, we'll find out as soon as we're able to jump right in. So yeah, whenever you win the race, then you would able to actually unlock one of your special items. And basically, you can able to use those items until whenever we discuss more about it, until whenever we get on to round 4. So here we go on to Mario Beach, and it feels pretty much exactly the same, except we're actually going on to the different routes. Such as, for instance, we're now going to be driving through the beach section. So that's a pretty cool idea, especially noticeable they managed to able to did something slightly different. But ultimately though, whenever we get on to round 3 and 4, most of those tracks will pretty much be exactly the same, aside from a few slight significant differences, ranging from weather conditions, and you probably named the idea about that specific stuff, which, again, we'll talk more about that until by then. So, because yeah, as I mentioned this before, this game came out in 2005, which I can't even believe it's been 15 years ago actually. Well, almost 16 years actually, because after all we're on 2021. So as a result though, it is pretty impressive back in the day. And also another thing is worth noting for this point as well, much like in much like in Super Mario Kart, along with Mario Kart Super Circuit, and heck, even before when Mario Kart 7 was a thing, and even especially noticeable in Mario Kart 8, and even Mario Kart Tour, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, that there's going to be a whole bunch of coins to collect. And just like it informs of in, well, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, along with the forms of Mario Kart Super Circuit, and even Super Mario Kart, is that you can able to actually carry the insane amount of coins, depending on how much coins you'll be collecting, and obviously it retains the boost for you. And unlike in Mario Kart 7 and 8, you can only carry up to like 10 coins at a time. Oh, and also same applies to Mario Kart Tour, that you can able to actually carry out to the amount of coins you're able to collect. So yeah, that's how I can usually think about it. So either way though, And of course, this is on the arcade machine, this meaning about the fact that you now need to able to rely on the time limit, because if the time runs out, then basically the race itself will be finished by then. So because of that though, I'm pretty sure the time will actually expand if depending on if you manage to move on to the next lap or something. But either way though, I haven't really watched that much Let's Plays of this game as much compared to the sequel, which is Arcade GP2. But then again though, we'll get into that at some point in this November. So yeah, let's go ahead and just rewrite this particular card, so that way we can able to get ourselves a different rank, and we'll bet on the next quarter. Oh, wait a second, I don't need to use my coin to able to bet on this particular game, because obviously this runs on the emulator on my Wii, so this means I don't need to worry about just trying to go out in some places while still dealing with this whole pandemic situation. So because of that though, I'm perfectly fine for able to play this at home. So because of that though, it does take me a while to able to actually just to download this game on my emulator on my Wii. But when I get the hang of it though, it's actually not too complicated. Well, it might actually be for your first time owners who ever experience those specific stuff, so... Anyway though, and another thing is worth noting for is the fact that obviously the drifting mechanic in this game is the fact that it plays out a lot differently. Normally in the forms of any other Mario Kart games, that you know, sometimes you can able to actually just to jiggle your controller, or specifically the control stick, mainly with like, for example, a Mario Kart Double Dash, that normally if you're trying to able to perform a drift, basically you're gonna have to jiggle your control stick back and forth if you really want to able to go ahead and try to give you a little bit of a mini turbo if you manage to try to drift. Whilst in this game in particular, well, you can still drift, but it actually functions a lot differently, because rather than just trying to able to jiggle your steering wheel, mind you, I'm playing this with the GameCube controller by the way, because it's a better option. So because of this though, in order to drift, you have to specifically just slightly tap your brake pedal, and basically it's gonna have to steer your wheel in some sort of like a quick little timing kind of control kind of way, which I know it's kind of hard to explain about this sometimes, because I know it has been donkey's years since I know about the arcade games, because I don't think most people seem to able to talk about this as much, but they surely do though, just because they actually got a ton of memories with this game, along with Arcade GP2. Honestly, I think Arcade GP2 is actually probably my most recognizable Mario Kart arcade game. Although, sure enough though, there's also another sequels out there, most notably the DX version, which is the most recent release. And there's also the virtual reality version, which is kind of does the same thing as the DX counterpart, but with virtual reality kind of thing. So even then though, it's a shame that the Mario Kart Arcade GP VR no longer exists in the UK, sadly. But for its time, I had a really great time with that game. So, but even then though, I'd like to discuss upon the forms of the actual history about, you know, every single Mario Kart arcade games as far as I'm aware. But then again though, we'll talk more about that in the future parts of this game, so, along with Arcade GP2, so... Now, as you can see on screen, we did manage to complete the third round. Now, normally speaking, is the fact that the entire track in round 3 is basically Mario Highway again, except, as I mentioned this before, it does have a different kind of scenery. Most notably with, like, in round 3, it usually contains the exact same track, but with a sunset. So, in the fourth round, as you can see on screen, we can now able to actually pick what items we can go for. Like, for instance, we'll go for tag, and also we'll choose, let's go for normal green shell, and the third item we'll go for is, let's say thunderstick, because I like to go for multiple different types in with those items, so... And with those items that you've actually unlocked once you win these certain races, basically you would have them for good if you manage to able to save your Mario card. So... yeah, it kind of reminds me like, it kind of does the exact same thing as the forms of another Nintendo arcade game called, F-Zero AX, where it basically, it's like F-Zero GX, but in the arcade version, so it's like the same thing, except with the forms of, a different controller and stuff like that. And also, you can able to take your, memory card with you, assuming if you're able to actually access to the save data for your F-Zero GX game, and basically you would be able to take your memory cards to the arcade machine and try to able to actually get some stuff from AX version, which is a pretty cool idea. So, usually, relatively speaking, is the fact that, well, it's a pretty cool idea. I have no words to say, because either way, though, that's, usually because of that, though, yeah, let me know in the comments below of, what's your favorite Mario Kart Arcade GP game that you've ever played, because, sure enough, there are 4 of them, after all, so because of that, though, I'd like to hear your thoughts, because either way, though, sure, we might be still stuck in a pandemic, which is still sucks, but from looking back in the past, though, just think about it for a moment. So, either way, though, I just got distracted by that noisy horn kind of item. But, hopefully we'll still be back on first place, no matter what, though. So, yeah, in order to able to progress for Mario Kart Arcade GP games, is that in order to progress to the next track, well, assuming if you're able to play this on your own, you have to be sure you need to become in first place, just like in any other Mario Kart games. Although, unlike in any other Mario Kart games, there is no points value depending on what position you're in. So you have to be specifically in first place in order to progress. So, and there are about 4 rounds in total, so this means you have to win them all in order to progress and able to achieve a cup. So, that's the ultimate goal for this game. So because of that, though, if you really want to go for 100% requirement, well, usually we'll talk more about that until, let's just say until tomorrow, because as I mentioned this before, we'll pretty much guarantee to upload these videos in, well, certain weekends. Well, to be more specifically, in the majority of March. So, because obviously today's day is, of course, the 13th of... is it the 13th? Yeah, it's the 13th of March today, so I just want to let you guys know for that date. So, and by the way, if you manage to complete all 4 rounds in each cup, sometimes you're able to come across into a challenge game. For instance, for example, in the Mario Cup, we do need to able to carry the watermelon to the goal, and you do have a certain amount of time limit, which in this case we have 30 seconds to complete it. And this is actually a throwback to Super Mario Sunshine. Even though some people might find this to be the most infamous mission in the whole game, which is understandable because usually, relatively speaking, we always have to deal with, like, well, you know what I mean. But, thankfully this mission is not too bad, because after all, you do have guardrails and stuff like that. And also, that, if you think you're about to be bypassing the watermelon by complete accident, well, you can able to backtrack for a bit, and then just... Well, there wasn't any reverse, pedal in here somewhere, though, which is a bit bizarre. But anyway, now we actually got the Mario Cup, and we actually got ourselves an Invincibility Starman, so top notch that is. And we'll just try to overwrite our Mario Kart here, and yeah, why not? We'll go for a continue option, so let's go through yes then. And I think, seemingly to say, we're gonna have to end things off at this point right here, so join me tomorrow for more of Let's Play of Mario Kart Arcade GP. Is that we are moving on to the next cup, which appears to be the DK Cup. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, fellas.